Wow. Do you like the new feather on my hat? Pretty cool, if you ask me. Phew, eh? Another off the cuff, just completely out of the blue live stream, because I can't be bothered making videos, and it's that time of the morning that nobody is going to interrupt me or give me a hard time. Let's have a look. I think it's what's the time in 12:52 p.m. So it's nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the shithole that is the trailer for the mongoloid moron in Arkansas. And I want to ask the guy why he hasn't been making any videos, because I'm missing him. Come back, Stacy. Come back. I'm really missing you. What happened to you? Where is the video that you promised us that you go down to the sheriff station and ask them all the questions that I brought up about why everybody in the sheriff station thinks you're a weird motherfucker, and while the woman in the sheriff station thinks that you're a creepy, disgusting, pathetic person? Why, Stacy, haven't you shown us a video where you promised us you were going to go there and refute and have all my claims about the phone calls that I made to them? You were going to have it all denied. You were going to clean it all up. You were going to tell everybody that was all rubbish. You were going to go to the sheriff station and make a video and make a liar out of me. But, funny, we haven't seen that happen yet. You've had several months to do it, but for some reason you haven't. I don't know why. Perhaps you can explain. Perhaps you can explain why you haven't made any videos or shown any videos with your Filipino love supporting you and all your bullshit claims about the fact that you have a family. And gee, where are they turning up at Brian's restaurant going, oh, look, we love the, and saying, yeah, don't worry about us. We'll let you film us. We don't care about those laws. No. We're your family. We just love it. And you can film us supporting you because Stacy sent us a shitload of money to spend in your restaurant so that we can tell all his viewers what a wonderful place it is and how successful it is. And here we are. Well, if some fool from overseas sent money to some poor people to go and eat in a restaurant, I'm sure they would. But even that hasn't happened. So, Mr. Ditton, in your trailer, where's your video down at the sheriff's office getting denials that people there don't like you or don't want anything to do with you or think you're a creep? Where is the video of your Philippines family supporting you and everything you say on YouTube, on your channel? And where is the video of all your Philippines family going to Brian Smith's new restaurant like you told everybody? You said that the minute you open that, you're going to get all your Philippines family to go down there and support that restaurant and all that. So they wouldn't mind being filmed and put on Smith's channel. But I'm sorry. Did I miss that? Is that something I just didn't see somewhere? It's completely gone over my head. I missed the entire damn thing, did I? Oh, weird. Oh, the same as I missed the American in the Philippines video last Friday that he promised us that he was going to go back there with a bunch of friends and eat in Smith's restaurant. and give us all a rundown on how good it was. But that didn't happen either. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't it interesting to see the video of all Smith's Philippines contacts coming to the restaurant eating like they said they would? Andy on MacTan, for example. Geez, I'm sorry. Missing in action, MIA. Just hasn't happened, has it? All the promises of the con man, of the fake troll, motherfucking loser, scumbag, idiot, wankers on the internet. Not one of them have made good on anything. Not one. Nothing. Losers. And the most influential person on the internet that's had anything to do with Smith, Commander Dayot, has dried up, blown away, and gone to fucking blazes. Wonder why. His 243,000 subscriber Philippines vlog channel has high profile, very, financial sponsors. And Commander Dayot is no fool. This is his income in the Philippines and he wants to keep that, and there's no way he's going to be associated with an arsehole like Brian Granville Smith. So on his channel, on his YouTube channel, Commander Dayot, on his Instagram channel, Commander Dayot, and on his Facebook channel, Commander Dayot, not one single reference to Brian Granville Smith of Telebon Bahal. In fact, that guy is sitting in front of a mirror, punching himself in the head on a daily basis that he allowed himself to be videoed on that fool's channel. Hoping like hell his sponsors don't get hold of it. Well, we're going to send copies of that video of him sitting there to his sponsors' headquarters. And let's see how he gets out of that. I've given him opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Like I say, I've got nothing against the guy. Absolutely nothing. But if he thinks that sitting back and saying nothing and ignoring the whole thing is going to let him get a free pass on the bullshit that he's involved in, well, no, sorry. Commander Dayot, Welshman, whatever your name is, either put up a video on your channel and state the truth about your relationship with Brian Smith and your inability to support his lies and his bullshit when you visit him, or we're sending copies of Smith's videos to your sponsors. You're a public figure. You're accepting money from major companies. And at the same time, you think that you can get away with, I'm sorry, you're not going to get away with it. If you think that you can just ignore it, no. I'm sick to death of people on the internet bullshitting, lying, covering up for views, likes, shares, and AdSense money. So Commander Dayot, either make a video to tell the truth about what you actually really think about Boss Hog, because fact of the matter is your sponsors, very dollar competent sponsors, are not going to be happy with you associated with a criminal on the run in the Philippines. and that is Brian Granville Smith, a criminal in the United States, wanted in the United States for outstanding court cases, and showing you as his friend. Well, Commander Dale, put your bloody channel on the line or not. Show the world that you are actually a decent, honest vlogger and want nothing to do with criminals like Brian Granville Smith, who sucked you in like a fool. And yeah, I would say you're an innocent fool. You went to Behold to do a series of videos on what's happening on Behold. Funny, you did that on everything else but Brian Smith and his new restaurant, which has the best burgers in Behold. Well, Commander Dale, you are now in the firing line in front of your sponsors. Put up or shut up, son. Anybody out there wants to crucify me for putting you on the spot for doing that, will go to hell. You willingly, knowingly, and just happily let yourself be put on that fool's channel. Well, now you're going to have to either write it or absent yourself from it, because we will send copies of that video to your sponsor, along with Smith's criminal record, arrest warrants out in the United States for him, and everything else. And then let's see how long they stay with you. Anybody out there want to comment on that? The man is not a child. He willingly, knowingly sat in front of that camera listening to the crap that Brian Smith said about him, that he was sitting there in his restaurant for 5 hours before he had the opportunity to even say hello to him, and praised him and all this sort of stuff for the views, for the AdSense, or so he could turn around and then say, oh, well, when I franchise this restaurant, look, I've got this massive support from this very important Philippines vlogger, a really well-respected person. You were sucked in, Mr. Welshman, Commander, whatever you... How the hell did you ever get... I mean, I'm sorry. I just got to, you know... Put up for your 243,000 subscribers and be a man and tell the truth and do the right thing and run the mile away from the fool that is Brian Granville Smith, that's used you to try and make himself look good. I'm not going to let you off with this. You want to claim YouTube fame. You want to claim, I don't know what it is, cleanliness and objectivity and just general all-around good guy. Well, you can't have pricks like that in your retinue. You just can't have people like Brian Smith to do with anything that you're doing and then think that you can stay squeaky clean. It's not going to happen. He's scum. He's a con man. He's a grifter. He's a criminal. He's a cheat. He's a liar. And that's the bloke that you've aligned yourself with. Where is the American guy, the guy with the funny beard that looks like he's been kicked out of an Amish community, who said he was going to go back there on Friday? No, come on, what pathetic excuses are we going to hear from that bloke, that he was going to turn up there with a bunch of friends and eat up large and show us all on video. Where did that go? And there's been no conclusion from that fool, because he's been rubbish so bad on his own channel and on the comments of that video and on Smith's videos, that guy has run for cover. That American guy in the Philippines who made that video, to say, oh, I hate that, he's filming away quite nicely, not a problem. What a load of utter garbage, ladies and gentlemen. All the vloggers around, anywhere, Commander Dale, American guy in the Philippines, everybody else, Smith himself, is filming left, right, and center, no problem whatsoever, anything and everywhere they go. But apparently in Smith's restaurant, you can't do that. No, that's breaking the law. Everywhere else and anybody else has got no problem with that whatsoever. Only in the staged prop crap production thing that is Smith's video can you not film. Well, hello, Ben. Thank you for joining in. I'm not exactly sure who you are. I'll be honest. I'm not being rude. Thank you for joining in, but that's not a screen name I'm familiar with over a period of time. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. I wish I had my GD t-shirt on, but I haven't. I am, well, there you go, Ben. And there you go. Here's a classic example. Ben knows me as GD. And he said, hi, GD. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I am on GD. Everybody knows who I am and what I stand for and what I do. If anybody out there can come and accuse me and have a bona fide proven fact that I'm somehow some sort of thief or liar or cheat or con man, please bring that up now. Because the only thing that people out there can say is that GD raises money via this channel and puts in his own money via this channel to help out less fortunate, impoverished, and underprivileged Filipinos for their betterment. That's all that's all this channel is about, and that's all it's ever done. I provide written receipts of money raised, of everything that this channel generates in any way, shape, or form. I provide receipts and money transfers to the proper people in the Philippines, and to have that money used in responsible and respectable ways to help out Filipinos that need that help. Now, listen, I'm not doing that to be, what do you call it, stuck up, or I don't know what the word, an asshole about it. I do that because it's necessary, it's helpful, and it's appreciated. The people on this channel that have contributed to the amount of success that we've enjoyed in the Philippines helping impoverished people is unbelievable. And I am so grateful for meeting those people, for having connection with those people, and for still being in contact on a regular daily basis with those people. They're amazing men and women. And I'm proud that an old, broken down, fart in ill health like me can help other people to get ahead or to have a little bit more peace and comfort and enjoyment in life. I'm really proud of that this channel has been able to do that. And yet what do we get for it? We get imbecile scum in Massachusetts, USA, in Arkansas, USA, in Doha, Qatar, gay, queer, closet queens called Doc M in Doha, because if they found out that he was a queer, they'd chuck him off the building that he lives in. All these sick, twisted arseholes that contribute nothing to anybody run us down into the ground because we help, because they're losers who don't. And I will never, ever, ever give in to the likes of Doc M and Van Turner and the scum that call themselves, the IDs that they call themselves, the absolute, utter and total nobodies like Andy on MacTan, the Vincent Tuffs of the world, who are complete and utter fantasy bullshit artists who haven't got a single ball between them. None of them have got one ball between them to face GD truthfully, manly, and in reality. Not one of them. Not one of them. They are nothing but cyber fucking coward scum motherfucking assholes. But guess what they all have in common, ladies and gentlemen? They're all friends and supporters of Brian Granville Smith, the biggest motherfucking loser of them all. See, it filters down from the top, ladies and gentlemen. The buck stops with Brian Granville Smith, and all the assholes below him are just a continuation of the piece of shit that he is. Yeah? Now, people that follow this channel donate $500 a time to help Filipinos in trouble. Where do we see anything, anywhere, on the channel coming out of Bohol, Philippines, of any good works done by that crowd for anybody but themselves? I mean, my God, they're fucking mongrel dogs won't even help their own child with developmental pediatric assistance that kid is in desperate need of to progress, let alone the original child that he's left and abandoned in poverty that he never even mentions, his own firstborn son that he left to poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit different to myself, who in the year 2000 went to the Philippines and arranged for a little Filipino boy, unknown to me, to come to Australia to have a heart operation to save his life. Although everything was donated in the cost of the medical fund and the airfares, and the Australian Immigration Department even chucked in the free medical visas, we managed to it was a hell of a bloody negotiation, but we managed to get free airfares out of Philippine Airlines. And thank you, Mr. Lucio Tan, owner of Philippine Airlines, who organised that through a wonderful, amazing CEO of Philippine Airlines Australia, Mr. Michael Garcia, who has now unfortunately passed on. I had dealings with Mr. Michael Garcia before he passed on, and what a wonderful man and a beautiful Filipino. Mr. Roger Goodfellow, in charge of freight and cargo, who arranged all the comings and goings, 900 kilos in freight on the return trip when they went home to the Philippines. And to ex-President Joseph Estrada Erap, who I spoke to personally, who liaised with myself and Mr. Licho Tan to organise those airfares. Salamat, sige uu, and thank you for your cooperation in that venture. It was wonderful, and I have a great deal of respect for you both. My association with the Philippines has been long and varied. As you know, after Typhoon Haiyan or Odette, whichever you want to call it, this channel successfully raised several 100,000 pesos that we sent to a registered charity in the Philippines, and VPP, in liaison with local tradesmen, etc., built and accommodated a number of people into solid, hollow block, steel reinforced housing through the money that was generously donated by the people that are watching me now. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, you have my undying and gracious thanks, because without you, there would be people out there now homeless, living under the elements, in dire straits. And this channel avoided that, and I am so grateful. Do you see that coming out of Tang Haligi Talabon Bahal via Brian Gramble Smith? No, you don't, ladies and gentlemen. You see this prop, stage-managed, absolute bullshit of a con job called a restaurant that he's now trying to sell franchises for. He's only been open 6 weeks. After 3 weeks, he's even stopped going there. His claims that it is now the #1 burger joint on Bahal. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a fucking break. The claims of this conman, grifter, bullshit artist are beyond reality. Beyond reality. Within 2 weeks of opening his joint, he makes statements that his food is the best available food of its kind in takeaway on the entire island of Bahal in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, what a complete and utter vainglorious bullshit statement can you possibly wish for other than something like that? The outrageous crap that this man spews over his unregistered, unlicensed, untaxed bullshit channel on YouTube is beyond a joke. The fact that he has a shell of a non-existent business. Go and have a look at his setup. Have a look at the kitchen scenario where he's got rubber tubes running from metal gas bottles to gas appliances, and the rubber tubes are connected with simple hose clamps. There is no situation anywhere in the Philippines, let alone Bumfuck Junction, Chalabon, Bohol. And when I say Bumfuck Junction, well, that's what it is. It's Bumfuck Junction. Chalabon is absolutely fucking nowhere, in the middle of nothing, in fucking Loserville. Chalabon is fucking the outskirts of fucking nothing. Here in Australia, we would call it the back of beyond, the black stump, the fucking outback. Yet Brian Granville Smith seems to think that he's in downtown fucking New York, carrying on the way he's carrying on. Well, no, you're in Bumfuck Junction, Bohol. Yet he now is claiming that he is the number one, like he claimed that he was the number one vlogger in the Philippines. He claimed that he was the most successful number one farmer in the Philippines. He's now claiming that he is the number one restaurant owner and Burger King of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, the vainglorious, the narcissistic, the absolute maniacal bullshit that this man puts out to the world through YouTube is beyond ridiculous. My reason, my dedication, my duty to fellow internet users is to dump this fool like the lying shit turd that he is. Do not have anything to do with him. Do not traffic with him. Do not click onto him. Do not give him the AdSense that keeps his bullshit going. Every time you click a video, every time you go in to view one of his bullshit, clickbait, crap, lying videos on the internet, you give him 25 centavos, which is 1/4 of a peso. And he has been surviving on that money for a long, long time. Don't give it to him. He's surviving in the Philippines because he won't work in the United States. He won't work in the Philippines either. Well, he can't. Now, for him to have this successful restaurant that he's running and operating and owned and working in, he needs a 9G working visa from the Immigration Department of the Philippines. He hasn't got it. So if anything he says about this operation is true, it's illegal. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to follow? Do you want to have anything to do and be a part of a man who is running an illegal operation in a third world country so that you can prop up his disgusting lifestyle? Ladies and gentlemen, I've just had a notification on my channel here. We have a lifelong friend of the channel, a wonderful guy that's actually spent some time in my home. Wayne, where did you go? Hang on, I was just going to click onto you. Come back, Wayne. Wayne's down in West Wyalong, and he seems to have some internet problems. Every time we get together, Wayne has some internet problems. He was there for a second, and as I was running out to my spiel to introduce him, but he clicked out. So Wayne, click back on. I'll put the link up again, mate. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. It's always wonderful to have a guest on the panel. Where did that go? Where did that go? Well, what do you know? What do you know? For some reason or other, yeah, there you go. The Mongs and the back door, and I can't put it up. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? There, okay, so let's see. What's happened there? It won't let me put it up, ladies and gentlemen. It won't let me put it up. What is going on there? Well, get stuffed. Why isn't that going up? Unbelievable how these people do this. Why isn't that going up? Okay, so there it is there. So Wayne, click back again, and anybody, look, I'm a very open guy. If you're not going to sit there and do stupid stuff like, like the idiot from Arkansas, if you want to talk to me politely without making ridiculous, filthy, disgusting personal attacks, I'll talk to you all night long. There's the link. Please, Palihog, come on in. I don't know why people are so scared of me that they don't want to comment or they don't want to join the panel. I'm a very open guy. I'm more than happy to say hi to you, no matter who you are, and even if you don't like me, I haven't got a problem with that. If you want to argue with me in a polite way, I'm more than happy to sit there and fire back and forth without abusing or swearing or getting personal. I'm more than happy with that. So if there's anybody out there that wants to have a go at me in an adult fashion, please, and ask your questions and put your concerns or your worries to me, and I will do whatever I can to address them. I'm not an ogre. I'm not, what do you call it? I'm not a man that just, boom, you shut up, get stuff, go away. I will listen to any intelligent argument. It's called debate. And I'm a very good debater. I loved it in school. I was on the high school debating team. Loved it. Wayne, here we go. Let's try this. Okay, where's Wayne? Here you go. You're up there, Wayne.
How are you, GD?
Mate, doing well. Hang on, let me just turn that up again. Doing well. You're very dark there, Wayne. You look like we're in the graveyard and we're doing the dance around the graveyard. We can hardly see you. It looks as though, yeah, there's no lights. You're very, very dark, mate.
Hang on.
Turn the light on, mate.
Yeah.
Everybody will think you're Stacy in his trailer. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, enjoying tonight a very nice bottle of Australian red Bailey Cabernet Sauvignon from South Australia, I think. Where's it from? It's from, it doesn't actually say. It just says Australia. So there you go, Bailey, 1 litre bottle. That's better, Wayne. We can see you now. How are you doing, mate? You okay?
Thank you. Very well indeed. I'm still in my PJs, actually, so I wasn't expecting to see you this early.
Well, I've had some pretty bad medical problems the last couple of weeks, and I find myself. Hello, Wayne's dropped out again. That's the internet in West Wyalong, ladies and gentlemen, seems to be pretty intermittent. He's about 4 to 5 hours west of Sydney, New South Wales. And I mean, he's about as far out in the bush as you can go. He's in the middle of friggin' nowhere. In Australia, we call where Wayne lives, we call it whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Middle of nowhere, black stump, back of beyond. He really is in the bush. So, as you all know, Wayne comes on the channel on a regular basis, and he drops in and out because, well, that's it. They're out in whoop, whoop. WOOP-WOOP. Whoop, whoop. We say that a lot in Australia because this place is so big. There are many, many, many places in whoop, whoop. Many, many places in whoop, whoop. There you go, mate. You dropped out again. You back there, Wayne?
There you going?
Yeah, good. As I was just explaining to everybody how you out there in whoop, whoop, and the signal might not be so good, which is why you keep dropping in and out.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work out.
Now, listen, I'll keep asking you when you're going to come back. Oh, there he go. He's gone again. There you go, lady. You know, like I can't say it. In fact, if it wasn't this early in the morning, now what time is it? It's 4:33 a.m. on the north coast of New South Wales. Now, I don't know what time that is in most places around the world. I'm actually quite surprised that there's this number of people watching at this time of the morning. I don't know who's tuned in, but we've been cruising up to 16, 18 people. I didn't think that anybody would be tuning in this time of the morning. The other night when I did a live stream around about, I don't know, it was about 9, 10 o'clock. I mean, there was only 2 or 3 people. Everybody watched it on the replay. But thank you for those guys that are sitting out there now. Now, listen, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, what is Brian Granville Smith doing right now? What is going on in that crook's mind? You see, he screwed himself on a number of levels, ladies and gentlemen. He's shut down the farm. So there's no more foreigner farming in the Philippines. Well, there never was. Now, I can tell you for a fact that MB Farms does not exist. That entity lapsed years ago, at least 3 years ago. There is no MB Farms. There is no Margen Fish Pond. All that's gone. He's admitted himself that his tilapia is finished. It's a joke. It's done. He's admitted his duckweed is done. He's admitted that he's given away his farm fields to, well, who is William and E-Boy. I mean, he's admitted that he's got nothing left. But, lady, you know, if you looked at the truth of this fool, who 6 years ago puts up a video telling everybody that he leased the land that he now calls the Bohovel, or that we call the Bohovel, off his Asawa Maricel. And he goes, and he actually says in the video where he says, oh, this might be a bitter pill for all you out there to swallow, but I've leased this land back off Maricel, and that's how it's all set up for me now. Yet, just recently turns around and tells everybody, I own this land and I'm selling bits and pieces of it, and that's where I'm getting my money from. Ladies and gentlemen, bullshit on top of bullshit and lies, when a man doesn't remember what he said in the previous video to what the video he's making now, is an absolute joke. I told you time and time and time again I have been to Bohol on a number of occasions. I own my own rice land there. I own rice paddies there, of course, in my Isawa's name. We bought this land through our mother-in-law, or Elaine's mother. It's titled in our name. Obviously, my wife is the senior title holder, being Filipino. But here's the thing. Smith, this lying piece of shit that tells you that he owns this land and has sold two sections of it, originally tells us in his video that the only way to get any enjoyment out of any kind of land deal anywhere, whether it be in the United States or any other country, but specifically the Philippines, is to lease it. And that's exactly what he's done. And this is what he tells you. I've shown you this. I've given you the clips. You can go to his channel right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you this right now. And I will do it for you. Now, just bear with me. A foreigner farming in the Philippines. Videos, playlists. Let me go down here. Has he deleted it yet? Because we did this a while ago. Now, lady, I can't find it. Now, what happened? Brian Smith made a video, clear as day, telling everybody that land ownership was a crock of shit, don't do it, and that in the Philippines, he leased, Maricel leased that property, and he leased it back off her for 25 years. And he went into great lengths to tell everybody how to do it. Yet later he comes out and tells everybody he owns the land and is selling it off piece by piece. Well, you can't sell off land you don't own, that you're only leasing. The guy has lied to everybody from day one. Nobody seems to understand what a complete fraud this bloke is. Now, if I lied to you, you'd shut me down and that'd be the end of it. I'd be gone. Why is it that this fat, failed fuck can sit there on a daily basis and spew his absolute fucking garbage and get away with it? You know, go back to his original videos in the first days where he makes out that he didn't know Ditton, that complete and utter total scum-sucking piece of shit Flannery. He didn't know him from a bar of soap. And Flannery makes a video saying, oh, there's a new guy bowled up. We haven't met him before. You know, come on, let's go and say hello and we'll make a video and introduce him, blah, 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 blah. About 18 months later, Smith makes a video saying, oh, look at all this stuff I've got here from ballot buying boxes that I sent over to my friend Flannery before I arrived in the Philippines, so that when I got there, it was already there. They knew each other in the United States. They both had Chinese wives that they were trying to get visas for. That didn't happen. The lies, the bullshit, the cons, and the stupidity of the people that follow this fool and just do not understand what grifting con men they are, to cheat them out of their money so that they can live without doing a scrap of work themselves or lifting a finger themselves, because idiot, dumb, gullible hillbillies from the southern states of America hang on every word they say. Duh, Stacy Ditton, king of the mongs. You know, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's diabolical. It's fucking diabolical. You know? Wayne, that'd be great. Look, you know, like, it's always a pleasure to have people come stay. But since I threw open the doors to the house to the people on the channel, we've had a number of really great guys turn up, yourself included, from all parts of the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, where have we seen this at the Bohovel? Nowhere. No one has turned up to the Bohovel in Tanghalagi, Telebon Bohol to see Brian Smith off the bat or because they want to. I had a guy come all the way from Half Moon Bay, California on a whim to see me. Has anybody from, say, for example, New Zealand jumped on a plane just on a whim to go to Tanghalagi, Telebon Bohol to see Brian Smith? No. The only bloody bloke, the only person we've seen that's bothered to turn up to the Bohol was some American guy that was on Bohol anyway, and he came for an hour's visit and left. But he didn't come to see Brian Smith. No, ladies and gentlemen. He came for a holiday to the Philippines. Brian Smith was just a novelty and a what do you call it? A side trip. He didn't get on a plane from some foreign country to go and see Brian Smith specifically. I've had a number of people do that, come to Casino, New South Wales to see me and stay with me. The latest, as you know, was Robert from New Zealand. Jumped on a plane, come over here, stayed in my house for 3 months. When has Brian Smith extended anything to anybody for any reason? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got. Remember earlier we had comments from a Ben. Well, I've got Ben down here on the screen. Well, Ben, I have as I say, I don't know your screen name, but I don't let anybody on my live streams. Yeah, he's gone now. I don't let anybody on my live streams that come up with a blank. They either show me who they are. So, Ben, if you want to come back with your camera on, only I can see you before I bring you into the screen. And, Ben, if you want to come back, I'm not being mean, I'm not being rude, I'm not being nasty, but I've just been screwed over by people before. I'm not saying you're going to do that to me. I'm not accusing you of anything. But unless you want to be genuine and show me who you are when you come in without blanking yourself out, and I'm sorry, I've been hit by too many people to try and take this channel down with pornographic things. I've had homosexuals sitting there with masturbating themselves and all this sort of stuff, thinking that they're going to get on the screen. Well, sorry, mate, I just can't take the risk. So, Ben, if you want to turn your camera on and show yourself, only I will see that until I click you onto the screen. Nobody else will see you. But there you go. Those are the rules. Everybody knows those are the rules. I think everybody's happy with those rules. I'm not going to have myself put into a shit situation with YouTube because somebody is going to do that sort of crap to me. Sorry, not going to happen. Got my registration papers today, ladies and gentlemen, for my X-Trail. And I got my green slip today, which is the compulsory third-party insurance. So I've got to pay $297 and register the car. And the caravan is registered. Both of them got 12 months off. So I'm going to put them up as a package, the caravan and the extra. Ladies and gentlemen, my camping and trailer days, I'm sorry, but I just don't have the strength. We went out last weekend, and by the time we set up and got everything on, we had a lovely day. We arrived at the beach at quarter to 5 in the morning to see the sunrise. We set up with all the awnings and everything, and put out all the chairs and the stretchers and all the covers and everything. And by the time that was done, I was absolutely knackered. When we left in the afternoon, we got bogged. And lucky there were some young fellas down on the beach, and they had all the gear. They had the recovery tracks, they had the recovery snap bands and all that sort of stuff, and they dragged us out of the loose sand. Now, even though the X-Trail is a four-wheel drive, it's only got highway tyres on it, hasn't got off-road tyres on it. So, I just don't have the strength and the energy to dig out a bogged vehicle out of the sand. And so I said to Ali, I said, look, let's just sell this up and do something else. So we've got about, I don't know, between the four-wheel drive and the camper, we were lucky with the caravan. We got that really cheap, and we put everything into it. It's got air conditioning. It's got a rotisserie grill oven. It's got a microwave, all the lights. I mean, I got everything rewired. It's got all new mattresses and bedding. Everything inside works. It's clean, tidy. It's been fumigated. It's been cleaned. It's been sterilized. It's really good. It's got a new window in the front. It's got the awning, so it's double the size. I mean, it's a really good caravan for someone, a family who want to go caravanning. The X-Trail, I've done everything to it. I mean, this vehicle you can live out on your own. You don't even need the caravan. And I'm just, as I say, just now getting the rego for the next 6 months. So it's got 6 months registration on it. Everything works. The tires have got 70% tread. It's just had a gearbox service. It's got all brand new seat covers front and rear. It's got a kill switch. Nobody's stealing that car. There's no way you're going to find where the kill switch is. It's got a tow bar. It's got reverse camera. It's got a dash camera. It's got what else has it got? It's got brand spanking new Kenwood stereo, radio, disc, CD player. It's got a brand spanking new light bar that was $510 installed. I mean, it's got a pole carrier. It's got a 270-degree awning on one side. It's got the shower awning, brand new on the other side. You can live out of this mother. And it's in perfect condition. It's so we can sell them separately, or we can put them as a what do you call it, package for the outdoorsman to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, housing and accommodation is really tight in Australia, not just here in New South Wales, but everywhere. So we've got a vehicle that can pull basically a mobile home, and you can live out of both of them and self-sufficient. It's got everything. I mean, everything. You don't need to buy a thing, and you can live in this thing. If you're, maybe someone down on their luck or whatever, but this is the way to go. And a lot of people now are turning to caravan living. You'd be surprised because, shit, the minimum price, like in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, the minimum you can buy a house is like over $1 million. It's over $1 million. There's no capital city in Australia you can buy a house for under $1 million. None. And even then, all you get's a shithole. You just get a piece of junk. So, lady and gentlemen, you know, like this alternate living lifestyle here in Australia is becoming very popular. It's becoming very, what do you call it? It's becoming necessary. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to sell these items, the four-wheel drive Nissan X-Trail and the Caravan. That's all completely, you know, with 12 months rego, everything. I mean, like, it's on the road, ready to go. You don't have to buy a thing. Off you go. Or you can just park it up at home for your teenage retreat or an office. You can convert it to a food van, whatever. But it's legal on the road, ready to go. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble getting rid of it. Lady and gentlemen, listen, again, for an off-the-cuff live stream, it's been a lot of fun. Been good to have a chat. Good to clear the air on things. Don't trust Brian Smith. This restaurant is a sham. It's just a shell. It's a stage. I told you right from the start, and I was right from the start. Completely correct. Brian Smith is a con man. He's cheated some idiot who was dumb enough to lend him the money to put that all together. And he's got it up for sale. He calls it franchise. No, he's trying to find some fool who he's going to double whatever it costs to put together and dump it on them and call it a franchise and walk away with that. The fool, the absolute idiot that gave him the money is never going to see a peso back, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody out there thinks that Brian Granville Smith is anything other than a cheating, lying, scumbag piece of shit, then you're deluded. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Thank you very much. Salama and Siggy, Siggy. I say Siggy, Siggy. Salamat and wale sapayan, ladies and gentlemen. Bye now.